Today's video, we're going to talk about Google Ads price assets, or extensions, if you want to still call them that. That was the old name. How to actually use these to make more profit from your campaigns. From somebody who's tested dozens of these things already and actively manage millions of dollars of ad spend on Google a month and have used these price extensions / assets extensively to make more money on our campaign. What I'm going to share with you here today isn't your typical, oh, price assets, just click here, do that, and this is how they work. No, this is an actual strategy that you can use to make money that's repeatable. Pound it out as a repeatable strategy at our firm where we have to guarantee results for our clients at guaranteed PPC, literally speaking. So if you want to know how to use price assets the way that will routinely predictably get more profit out of your campaigns, this is what you want to typically do. Not to say this is the only way you could do it. This is just a way that almost always works. 90+% of the time, you're going to get more results out of your campaign using this. So I will go through exactly like what the formula is with this and then the step by step so you can see how to make money with this. And I'll actually give you a different case study where if you stay to the end of the video, how much more money can be made using this to your advantage. Okay? So before I get into the content, if you don't know who I am Corey Zyman, owner of Guaranteed PPC, PPC management agency who offers guaranteed results to their clients. That is, we do not charge our clients management fees upfront and not until we're for sure going to get you a profitable result on your campaign in excess of the management fees. We are the only agency on the planet who offers any kind of contingency guarantee like this, which should tell you something about the quality of the information that's shared with you on this video. And the reason why we're able to do that is because I'm the lead strategist also at our firm that works on the strategy for all campaigns and have 20 years of advertising experience to give you the information that I'm sharing with you here. So with that said, okay, to use price assets, the main thing you're gonna do is you're gonna have a single keyword ad group campaign set up to begin with. If you don't have this, I can't promise you're gonna replicate the results. You could do it with a non-single keyword ad group campaign structure and get good results, but it's not as assured. Single keyword ad groups are where you put only one keyword in each ad group. And if you don't have that right now, your best bet is to set up a new campaign with this structure, run it side by side with your current campaigns. That is, if you rely on the results your current campaigns do have, so you don't disrupt your results on the ride up. And then the single keyword ad group setup, which you're gonna target the long tail searches. Long tail meaning longer keyword. If you're a plumber, that means broken toilet repair, Dallas. Clogged sink repair, Dallas, not plumbing services, okay? And when we're talking about price assets, this is gonna work traditionally for e-commerce companies. Not to say you can't make money doing it for service companies, where we've actually done this, done it for an air testing company, did it for a hair salon, where the services are productized, you certainly could. We more so use it for e-commerce companies. Target the long tail keywords, a single keyword ad group structured campaign. Then you're going to add in your price in your ad, which I'm going to talk about here in a moment. So you put the price in the headline of the ad. You're going to use an image asset, which is going to be your picture next to the ad. And then you're going to finally then add in your price asset as a part of this overall campaign structure you're going to create for yourself or replicate for yourself at your company. The main thing is, and the reason why I say we use this for e-commerce companies so much is because search ads, a lot of people can't get them to work because they don't know what to do or they're too lazy to set up their campaigns right. But you can make easily 30-40% of your overall profit from your ad account for an e-commerce company just from running the search ads right. 60% from PMAX, that'll run your shopping placements, and then 40% from your search ads, doing things right. And then the best way to do the search ads right is to do an ad with the components that I mentioned. Why? Because the ad's going to perform like a shopping ad does. That is, they can see what they got, how much it is, before even clicking through the ad. To give you an example here, if we sold a massage gun, you would want a headline. You literally could take this formula and use it for almost any product and it will work very good almost every single time. You're going to say, buy, and then the keyword. So in this case, if the keyword was 6-inch massage gun, you're going to say, buy 6-inch massage gun. Then the next headline, it's going to be March special or whatever the month is in question. So this is going to be the name of the month. Only the price of the item. Okay, now the key thing is that low prices do a great job, better than almost anything else, to hook people in and get them to click through. This is why you see like airlines, when they do their advertising, it's almost always predicated on discounted rate on the price of the flight. Obviously, through all the testing that they've done, gets people's attention more than anything else. That and, airfare is viewed pretty much like a commodity. So it's not the best example, but with that said, when you're talking about the top of Google and you're deciding what ad to click on, an ad that has a price on it is going to get your attention because numbers stand out from the sea of text or letters. Not only that, but if you have a low price there, it does an excellent job getting people to click on your ad because it's like, oh, I want that cheap thing. And they may not even care about the cheapest item. And it doesn't necessarily just pull out bargain hunters. It just, everybody I can tell you from personal experience, rich people want a deal like anyone else. So what you do, if you sell multiple 6-inch massage guns, what you want to do in this search ad for this keyword targeting 6-inch massage guns is take the cheapest 6-inch massage gun you have, and then that's the one you're going to be sending the traffic to from this ad. And then that way you can have your super low price in the headline, and so you get the maximum click-through rate possible. If you don't already know, the obvious is the higher the click-through rate, the more money you're going to make because you get more market share. You're going to get Google to want to show your ad more. Google's going to charge you less per click. So everything is just about getting the click-through rate higher or as high as possible once you've got the ad showing up for the right person finally. So that's your headline. I threw in here some example descriptions of what we would typically use for a product like this, which is rated 5 stars on SiteJabber, best warranty in market. Why? Because once they know what you're offering and why it should be of interest to them over other offers that are similar, you got to be able to hone in on why you should be trusted. And that's what the description is used for more than anything at our firm. For when we sell an item like that at our firm at least. Then you get into your price extension or price asset here. Okay, you're normally going to use 3. You're going to have relevant options only for the most part. Better way to explain this is what you want these price assets to do is you want 2 of them that are cheaper than this price on this ad in this headline as I showed you here. And then you want one that's more expensive, as per what we found with all the split testing that we've done. I said up here that you're promoting the cheapest 6-inch massage gun, so how could you have 2 that are cheaper to put in the price assets? And the answer to that is these 2 cheaper ones are going to be 2 of the cheapest items that are off category. So what we like to do is if we have 4-inch massage guns that are cheaper, even though someone's searching for a 6-inch, we're going to put the price for the 2 4-inches down here that are going to be cheaper than the 6-inch that we're promoting up here. Why? Because like I was mentioning before, cheap prices get the person's attention on the ad like better than almost anything else you can do. So now they're not going to usually click through the price asset. What this price asset's for is to get attention on the ad, get eyeballs on the ad. Because you got to get someone's attention to just read the ad, and they see numbers before they see letters. You go ahead and you do that, and then the expensive option out here on the right-hand side, you're going to have the most expensive 6-inch massage gun. So that's going to be still a 6-inch massage gun, but the most expensive one you have, or at least one that's significantly more expensive than the one that you're promoting in the headline. All right? Now, I know this seems weird or whatnot, but I promise you, this works very, very well to get higher click-through rates on your ad. Because A, people like to see stuff that's on sale. So just because it's on sale, even though this may not have seemed low price to them, they're going to assume it's low price because, hey, it's on sale. I want to click on this ad first. Normally, just putting March special, April special, St. Patrick's Day special, whatever, in your headline like this, you'll literally double the click-through rate on your ad, just that thing alone. And then when you put the price next to it, it'll get you an even higher click-through rate because numbers and ads will get higher click-through. But then that's not all. If you go ahead and add the price assets, assuming Google will show them, and there's no guarantee they'll show them, if you put the price assets in there, Google's algorithm slowly tests out showing them and realizes the click-through rate's much higher with them versus another ad asset type that shows underneath the ad. You're going to have them start to show it more and more. And then over a course of 6, 12, 18, 24 months, they'll start showing it all the time. So with that said, the ad asset gets people's attention on the ad even more than having the special in the headline of the ad and the low price in the headline of the ad, because they're like, oh, wow, this is actually super cheap. Even though there's no 6-inch massage gun for $29, by having it there, it'll just simply increase the click-through rate. And that's the important thing. Everything you're doing on the ad is just to get someone to click through, because the ad isn't meant to filter people out or even qualify them. The ad is just meant to damn well whatever you can to get them to click on the ad. Why? Because the ad is supposed to only show up for people that are qualified buyers. Once you know they're qualified, you do whatever you can to get them to click on that ad. I mean, you can't say, naked ladies, of course, that might get some more click on your ad, and that'll be the wrong click. What you're trying to do on the ad is just say something that's tied to what they're looking for, semi-close, whatever that's going to take to get the highest click-through rate possible, because that's always going to make you more money. That is the formula right here. And the reason why we have an expensive option on here is because we can show that we're in a premium brand still, or that's how I view it. I don't have any proof on this. I just know the numbers and the results we're getting. This shows we're a premium brand. We're a premium brand that sells also super cheap options. So I can get a really good deal on something from a premium brand that we're not a cheap brand or discount brand at the same time. That's how I see why this particular formula right here had got us the most results and more results on top of what we were able to get without the price asset and having two cheaper ones and then one more expensive one. We tried all cheaper ones. We tried all more expensive ones. That particular formula, 2 cheaper and then 1 more expensive, worked the best. And the more expensive one should probably be at least 50% higher to twice as high as the one that's in the price that's in the headline of the ad. With that said, if you want to know more about making click-through rates on your ads go sky high, and you get 10, 20, 30% click-through rates on your search ads, depending on your market, you can get more or less, but in a market where typically everybody's getting 4%, we're getting 10, 15% just by understanding the stuff that I talked about here and a few other small tips and tricks. You need to subscribe to this channel because this is what we get at our firm and how we're able to guarantee results for our clients. And you could do it for yourself if you just actually listen to the information that's on this channel, where I give you for free exactly what we're using to get those click-through rates. So, and then the reason why the information's there is because I spend 40 hours a week doing ad testing at our firm, and I spend the weekends, literally speaking, laying out that exact same information for free on this channel to learn from, which is unique because most of the information you're going to find online about how to make good ads with good click-through rates, landing pages that work, and so forth, it's given to you by people who aren't really running any damn ads. They're trying to make money on courses or whatever, and they're just pretending it like they're running ads, or they run a couple ads and that's it. So it's nowhere the same level of information as a result of that. So you should subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. You should also check out my blog while you're at it. My blog you can find on my site at guaranteedppc.com/blog. Blog actually has step-by-step instructions on how to use these strategies with screenshots, with everything you need to use them. So you should definitely check that out as well if you are finding great value in this channel. Most people like the blog even better than the channel once they've actually seen both. And then as a side, real quick, if you have any questions about this particular strategy, how to do a price asset, had an idea for your own little strategy, you want my advice on it, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, typically within 24 hours time. That said, going back into what I was saying here, if you were doing a productized service like an air testing service, air quality testing services, where you're testing for mold in the air, or VOCs, which is a business where we did this before, it's not going to be that much different at the end of the day. You're still going to put your teaser rate here where you have your super low rate. That rate, by the way, will probably be like the bare bone service where like you conveniently leave out part of the service that they would also want to get the ad click through. And then on top of it, you put out a couple ancillary services that have nothing to do with, like, let's say this is for mold air testing. You put a super low rate for mold air testing here, or as low as you possibly can without being able to, like, when you get them on the phone, upsell them, or where you get strong pushback. Then you're going to put 2 other services that are even more cheap than that here. And then you're going to put a more expensive here. But the fact that they see these numbers on here, it's going to get them even more excited because once they see this price in the ad, they're going to scan the rest of the ad. They're going to see even cheaper prices and they're going to be even more excited, which is why it's going to get you a bit more click-through rate if you do that. How much more click-through rate is this going to get you? That's the $1 million question here. We've routinely seen 20 to 30% increases in click-through rates with this overall formula right here, 2 cheaper, 1 more expensive on the ad on top of what we had already. Assuming that we're in a market where Google will actually show the price asset. They will typically always show it if you do this because this will increase click-through rate. You just got to give it time to get implemented and for Google's system to test it. They're going to slowly test it on like 5 or 10% of the traffic. And then if it gets higher click-through rates, then they'll maybe show it 15% of the time and so forth. The downside to using the price asset is that if you change your prices in your company often, you got to go ahead and update all these price assets manually. You could use Google Ads Editor for this or Google Ads API even, but at the end of the day, people forget to update this when their prices change. And the other downside of this is it takes some time to set up right. To do this right, you need to set up a custom ad, along with it, a custom ad asset to go along with it for every single item that you're selling. Not only that, but every keyword you're selling, technically to be specific about it, so that you have the perfect price on the ad and the perfect ad asset to go along with it. So if they're looking for a 4-inch massage gun, you have a different price, and this will be all tailored so that you have 2 cheaper and 1 more expensive. You get the general idea. So if you're selling a few thousand items, you could very easily, for all your search ads, you could have 10,000 keywords when you're all said and done with. And therefore, you'd have to come up with a price asset for 10,000 unique keywords. That said, the extra 20, 30% is going to pay off massively. I mean, just put it into perspective. If you're going to be making $100,000 a month in profit, once your campaigns are scaled up 7 years down the road, and you're able to make $120,000 a month profit because you added price, you would obviously want to do it. You got to zoom out when you are justifying doing a lot of the strategies I talk about on this channel in order to do them. That said, it's all very outsourceable. You can easily put this in a video, and what you need to basically do, get somebody else to do this for you in another country or whatever, and then get everything done cheaply, easily, and you don't have to do it yourself. There's no reason why you'd have to do it yourself. Or at least what you should do is have that person put it in a spreadsheet exactly what price asset they suggest doing for each keyword. You scan it over. That way you don't have to do most of the grunt work, so to say. But anyway, that said, that is the basic formula there. Now, if you would like me to personally create you some price assets and give you a whole list of other strategies that's going to be able to increase your results, reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. Be happy to have a conversation with you about what you're doing. And if it looks like I can really do well with your stuff, offer you a guarantee of results that is an increase in profit or a certain minimum profit that we can bring on that campaign we would put together for you. And it's really a done for you service where we do all the ads, landing pages, whatever we're going to use for you. All you got to do is approve the stuff that we're putting out, and because we already know what we need to do. We don't need guidance on what strategies might be used. I mean, you're coming to me because I already have the hundreds of strategies that I know work for other accounts and manage dozens of other accounts on an ongoing basis to know what strategies do work already. So coming in, there's no reinventing the wheel per se, or almost none of that. So anyway, with that said, if you want to have a conversation, reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. Be happy to talk to you about that. And if there's a way to work together where we can get you results, we'll make you an offer. We also have been selling ad templates though recently. We've worked in over 100 plus niche markets, and with that, I noticed nobody else was doing this. We started to just sell the winning ad templates, the ads, the landing pages, the campaign templates that work for these different niche markets we've been in, so that people that are wanting to get into that market for the first time or just improve the results can use those to get the same results we were getting in a different city or country that you're in, and get them with none of the money and the time it took for us to find out what that perfect ad, that perfect landing page, and so forth was for that market. And we can tell you the results that you would get with the template up front, so there's no surprises with it. And you at least should reach out to us to see what results we got in your niche market already. Even if you don't want to work with an ad agency, you can actually take our ads, copy paste those into your account, and maybe double your results, nothing other than just using the template that we were using. So, and we got people that start businesses off the backs of these templates. If you want to get into selling product and you don't know anything about e-commerce, the easiest way to do that is to use a template to sell a commodity item that our client sells and then start selling it in a country that they just don't want to be in. Or you could actually start a business taking our template to generate leads for tree trimming or junk removal, answer the phone, sub out the work, or you could take the leads and sell them to people that are in that niche space, which is a great passive income business idea. We've got several people doing exactly that. Anyway, if you're interested in any of those other opportunities, you can let me know. You can reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com as well for that. The case study, to kind of wrap up what I was mentioning here, as I mentioned just a minute ago, you can get a 20 to 30% increase in click-through rate using this 2 cheaper, 1 more expensive price model here, right? We specifically have gotten this result multiple times before. The air testing space, to go into that one, when we started using this price extension, we got more so a 40% increase in click-through rate before and after when we started implementing this into our business. That said, you won't get that all the time. We had a aquatic supplies company where, supplies for fish tanks and so on and so forth there, where we got more so 15% with this. So it kind of is like all over the place, and it's going to vary by niche what you're actually going to get. But I've never implemented this two cheaper, one more expensive strategy now, where I did not see the click-through rate go up at all. It always increased it somewhat, whether it was just 10% or it was 50%, 40, 50%. I didn't actually see anything where we got a doubling or anything like that. The ad assets, it will increase including price assets, will typically increase your click-through rate. It's just never going to be double or triple off of the ad asset alone. The headline's the more important thing. It's going to be able to double, triple, quadruple your click-through rate, which is why you want to always focus on that first. But if you're selling product or a productized service, instead of the boring, site links and all that don't really help the user, I would recommend you go with the price asset instead. If you're doing local services, the location extension and the call extension is more important. Whereas with product, price extension is more important, as we've been finding. It will get you the best bang for your buck out of all the other ad assets that you can use. And then if you are selling a national service, the site links and call out extensions, those seem to work better. Why? Because you can list a bunch of the other services that are related to that specific service you're talking about. So if they're looking for, let's say, product design services, you can list in terms of site link descriptions other product design sub-services underneath it to make it look like you're a specialist. That works really well. So anyway, with that said, I think I pretty much said what I need to say about this. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comment section. And by the way, as a final note, before I do wrap this up, I've been doing coaching with different individuals that watch this channel, have reached out to me. And I wanted to bring that up formally on this particular video and on this channel, that I've been doing coaching where I've been reviewing people's businesses from the top down in terms of how they get clients or customers. I look at the whole website, the pricing strategy, the landing pages, the tracking, ultimately looking at the sales process. And if you're stuck and you're where you're at and you can't get your sales to go up, instead of just automatically assuming, I just need to find this ad that'll work on my Google Ads, a lot of times you need to think a little bit higher up in the stack of things that you need to do. And I can point where the bottleneck is, so you know if you're going to waste your time with it or not. And in 30 minutes, and just with a few questions I ask you, I could pinpoint where that bottleneck is already, and you'll save yourself a ton of time. So if you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me at guaranteedppc@guaranteedppc.com. With that said, I'll wrap everything up with that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Remember when I said click-through rate CTR was important during this video? Well, this video here tells you how to do it.